Greetings everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome back to the demo of Balance of Power. Let's see if our friend over to the right can balance his power levels. Or to the left, or to the right. Tommy? Do you feel like we are being watched? Tommy grins. Yeah, I've been waiting for him to approach me for a while now. Who? Ellis. He's been following me around since that classroom incident. I don't mind though. You might be waiting a while. I wonder why he's following you. Should we call him out on it? Oh dear. No, I don't think he means any harm, and that might just scare him off. A coloured star could affiliate to a particular player. I have an idea that might make him more willing to come over. Lights appear around Ellis. At first he panics, but he calms quietly. Tommy smiles widely in Ellis's direction. Hey Ellis, why don't you come sit with us? He waves him over to the desk we were sat at. Ellis seems nervous at first, even under the effect of Tommy's power, but begins to approach nonetheless. Come on you. He stands rather timidly in front of us, taking a few seconds before he opens his mouth. Sorry. I'm not sure what for, but nothing to worry about. And, thanks for helping me during class. No biggie. Anybody would have been overwhelmed in that situation. Yeah, but most people don't respond by almost frying everyone in the vicinity with lightning. It's a little harsh to think, but he does have a point. I feel a little like a third wheel in this conversation. Tommy's eyes flash my direction before turning to better face both of us. At least no one was seriously injured. Right, Flare? And look at it this way. No homework. Probably not the attitude we should be taking, but it seems like Ellis needs some reassurance right now. Yeah, the teacher didn't even check the assignment we were meant to hand in since class was cancelled and everything. I push down the theme of being a third wheel and give Ellis a smile. Ellis gives a grimace that I think was meant to be a smile. A few moments pass and Ellis continues to awkwardly hover next to us. You want to sit? Honestly, I could do with all the help I can get. I don't really get the latest assignment. Won't you join us? Ellis hesitates before slowly sitting. Tommy's lights flickering out as he does. I can't be certain, but I think Ellis is almost disappointed. We spend the next half an hour discussing the English assignment. Tommy, for the most part, carries the discussion, but slowly Ellis begins to open up. It becomes clear that he was telling the truth when he said he didn't need my help in class. He's got a surprisingly good grasp of the work for someone who hasn't even been in class until now. By the end of what can only be loosely described as a study session, the atmosphere is relaxed and fun. It's small, but I think I even see him smile for a moment. Tommy and Ellis aren't the only pair I ran into over the course of a week. Yeah, there's also Violet and the Achievement Unlocked, complete Chapter 1, and her younger sister. The next day. Arriving through the university's main gate, I noticed Jack and Violet, the other pair, are sat together on a bench alongside the entrance path. Violet, who is sat fencing the gate, notices me first as I approach. Hey Flare, you're here early today. Hey Violet, hey Jack. I woke up before my alarm today, so decided to come in early. Hopefully this time I can actually get my early morning coffee and not get sidetracked by dashing rescues and admittedly cute sleepy nurses. We always have to be here early. Our parents dropped us off before work. Could you come in later if you made your own way here? Sure, but who wants to pay for transport just to sleep in a little bit longer? I might. So you live with your parents still? It's not super rare for students to still be living with parents or family, but most stay at the student dorms or in cheap housing nearby. Violet gives an exaggerated sigh. Alas, still living together, yes. Which means I have to put up with her invading my room all the time. And my sister's aesthetic music taste. Just because I don't only listen to pop like you, is pop so bad? No, but it shouldn't be your exclusive choice. There's so many good genres out there. Jack, you have a point there. It's easy to dance to, though. Sure, if you're into that. Aw, you used to love dancing with me, Jack. Don't you remember? We used to put on shows for Mum and Dad. I guess we did, yeah. You once tried to charge an admission fee. I still think it was well worth the £20. Hey! It's a very rare thing to see a game which has the Great British Sterling currency rather than dollars. Lots of visual novels have the dollars on it. We did then argue over who the better dancer was. Obviously it was me. Of course they both take it in their stride to say that they are the better dancer than the other sibling. The pair take a second where it is clear they weren't expecting the other to speak up. Jack curls her nose up at Violet, who sticks her tongue out in response. In return, you know I was better. Only because you cheated. Powers aren't cheating. Well, in which case I was clearly better since Mum and Dad watched me more. Because you made them. Well, powers aren't cheating. She sticks her tongue out at Jack again, acting much younger than her actual age. Besides, we both know I'm their favourite. Look, if you asked your Mum and Dad as to who is their favourite, there's only one answer that they're going to say, and that is, both of you are their favourites, because neither of you are superior than the other. Exactly, Jack, exactly. Mum and Dad doesn't have a favourite. Aw, you poor naive child. No, they don't. No good parent has a favourite child. The only exclusion I can give... Sorry, the only way that could be the case is if you only have one child. And if you don't know who their favourite is, and it's not you. Somehow I don't think that's true. Or at least I hope it's not. Note to self, call parents later. Well, maybe I'll tell them about the parties you keep sneaking off to, and then let's see who their favourite is. Oh, perhaps I should mention some of the books I found in your room then. What kind of books? The Prince's Captive, was it? Jack flushes bright red. Shut up! I don't know what you're talking about. If you're flushing, it must mean that you know what that genre is. She looks at me, clearly embarrassed, before getting up to leave. Well, it's a good thing that I don't know that genre, but I've got a pretty good idea as to the age bracket that it's aimed for. Minimum. I just remembered I have somewhere else to be. I'll see you around, Flare. And whatever she says, she is lying. Jack walks a short distance away in an embarrassed huff, before turning back to face us. And Violet, stay out of my room. Stay out of my room. That said, she walks out of sight. Another few years before you're ready to challenge me, sister dearest. I suppose I'd better be off myself. See you around, gorgeous. She waves and is gone. Making friends very quickly, aren't we? A bit too progressive, if I were to say so myself. I stare after her, a little flabbergasted by the whole interaction. I need my coffee. Is somebody else going to try and destroy me with purple beams or such? While grabbing my drink, I spot Cassie and Marissa sat at one of the tables eating breakfast together. Seems like Cassie's had the same idea as me with the coffee. He stares blearily into it, while Marissa talks at him. Marissa looks over and spots me, waving energetically in greeting. Hey, come sit with us. I make my way over to their table as Cassie gives me a nod and a smile. Nice to see you outside of the infirmary. I could say the same. Nice to see you awake. Marissa laughs. Touchy. Anyhow, how have you two been doing? Good. Trying to keep this one from being a worrywart. He's already stressing about exams. You're meant to revise throughout the year. Exactly. I mean, it's not like I revise throughout the year. It's also called leave it until the last few days. Just because I take my education seriously and you don't. We're not even a month in yet, but it's called building discipline. And I do take my education seriously. I just don't worry about it all day long. As I watch them bicker, I wonder how familiar they are with each other. Hey guys, did you meet here or did you know each other before now? The pair turn to look at me surprised, with Marissa recovering first. Isn't it obvious? I've known this nerd since we were 8. We even used to live on the same street. Cassie adjusts his glasses. If I remember correctly, we first met when you busted your balls straight through my front window. I mean, it was an accident. That counts as something, right? And then she started panicking, knowing she would get grounded if her parents found out. Luckily, this guy right here, who had been playing video games in the living room while his parents were out, promised to say he was the one who did. Wow! Cassie, if that was me, I would have definitely blamed her. For goodness sakes, don't you dare trust a stranger at that time for something like that. Which in hindsight was an awful lie considering how little I played outside. Yeah, you couldn't have done that. I mean, I was 8, cut me some slack. When my mum came back, I'm 99% sure she saw right through the lie, yeah? But she must have let it slide since I had made a friend. And since that fateful day, we've been thick as thieves. I guess it's a good thing she broke the window then. Marissa laughs. Exactly what I said. Otherwise, wouldn't be sat here now. Would have saved my family the cost of a new window. I still have to cover for her now. Like when she is a little too loud in class. Marissa groans and they begin to playfully bicker. We spend the rest of the morning in lively conversation and I'm in high spirits as I head to class, because of that coffee. In the classroom I overhear another conversation between my classmates. Is this about the stalker that was hanging outside the school? Did you see the news last night? No, what happened? There was a story about one of those big politicians. Turns out that he was using his power to manipulate his wife this whole time. He had one of those mental powers, you know. Oh my god, was he arrested? Yeah, totally. It was this whole thing. What I don't get though is how can nobody have known? Like, wouldn't it have been totally obvious if anybody was paying attention to her? Yeah, definitely. Acting all differently. Like if somebody you knew was doing that, how could you not know, you know? Not know, you know, not know, you know, yeah. Well, that's disturbing. You hear about these things on the news sometimes, but it's always a shock. Still, it's one of those things that seems a distant worry. You see it on TV dramas and in books, but not as something that you think you really ever encounter. I shake off my unease and focus on my work. I still feel a little off, even after class is over. I should spend some time with my friends. I'm sure they can take my mind off of it. Who do I want to spend time with? What? Tommy, Ellis, Jack? We'll go with Jack. I decide to spend some time with Jack. Despite the constant teasing and banter, or perhaps because of it, she's definitely fun to be around. I enjoy verbally sparring with her, or at least attempting to. Now, where to find her? We already got to start getting phone numbers. That is a good idea. That is how you are able to meet up with people outside of school. Not that you can do that anyways in these current times with you-know-what still about. As I make my way to the cafeteria, planning to start there and work outwards, I hear a noise coming from the music room. Isn't this where I first saw Jack? Rather than hearing beautiful piano music though, it's shouting. Is Violet nearby? Hey, take that! Watcha! What on earth is going on in there? As I look inside, I see a confusing scene. What on earth is going on here? Jack is stood next to a desk with a laptop perched on it, sorry. She looks slightly out of breath, but stranger than that are the poses she's making. Is she pretending to be a ninja? That word has such a different connotation nowadays in comparison to what it was a decade ago. I can't help but speak up. What are you doing? She jumps and then slams the laptop shut. Gah! Oh, Flare, it's you. A very flattering reception. How much did you see? You know, enough. Well, forget all of it. I don't know. Seems like good blackmail material to me. Anyway, you never answered my question. I'm not sure I want to tell you now. But if you must know, I was trying to expand my power. Oh, sounds interesting. How so? Well, I can only copy things my body is physically capable of doing, right? That's how it is right now anyway. Right. So I was trying to expand that and copy the moves of the person on screen. The ninja? Yes. Right. But wait. Even if you did successfully copy that jump, wouldn't you smack into the ceiling? Or hit the window? I didn't think of that. I gave her a look of disbelief. I was caught in the moment. I just want to be able to do more with my power. Imagine if I could one day copy full superheroes. Ninjas seems a better starting point though. So you like superheroes? Yeah, I love them. I have a whole bunch of comics at home. And I pressed Violet into watching all of the movies with me. The idea of having an incredible power like they have, or even multiple powers, it's so cool. Oh, the sparkles in her eyes. I think your power is amazing. That would be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? Like, isn't flirting a way to decrease their friendship levels? I mean, that could be a thing. Compliment. No, let's see. Load. That one. Flirt. I don't know. I'm not sure I could get motivated enough to keep saving you. Rude. I guess I'd stay a hostage then. But for what I remember, you're the one that wants to be held captive. What? Shut up. Violet was lying. I never even heard of that book. Sure. I'd best move on. I wouldn't want to get her to get angry for real. Who would you want to rescue then? Who says I have to rescue anyone? You'd be a pretty hero if you didn't rescue anyone, don't you think? Fair point. I'll rescue animals then. I was going to poke fun, but I can't even pretend that's not a great use of heroic powers. Exactly! Exactly! You're still a hero, and you're super by rescuing that those animals, and thus my plans are foolproof. Now it's time to ask the real question. So if you could copy one power from a superhero, what would it be? Oh, that's easy. Time manipulation? That was a quick answer. How come? I could go forward in time and take all my finished assignments so I don't have to write them. Wouldn't that cause a paradox? Okay then, Mr. Smiley Pants, what power would you have? I personally would have the power of metamorphing, being able to transform into anything that I desire to be, from what I am right now to a piano, to a pool table, to a swimming pool, to a creature of sorts that I really love to see in fiction, like any Pokemon. I would have my own. I already have a superpower. I would like super speed and super strength are generic. Your power, invisibility. Invisibility would just make you a creep though. So if I was to choose out of any of these... Wait, what is our own power anyways? Just don't get that. What is our own power? I already have a superpower. Oh yeah, what would that be then? And ruin the mystery so early? Nope, not telling. Jack and I talk, or rather bicker, about superheroes for a long time. She opened the laptop again eventually and continued to practice her ninja moves while talking to me. As an act of kindness, I'll stand in front of a window to catch her, just in case. If she hits the ceiling, she's on her own though. I occasionally give less than helpful advice and we banter amongst ourselves. At one point she convinces me to join in to make her feel less silly. It's surprisingly fun. As our slightly strange encounter comes to an end, it seems like we both had a good time hanging out. Needless to say, she had not become a ninja by the time I left. I feel better now, but is there anyone else I want to hang out with? Who do I want to spend time with? Another day. What would the other be? I would like to spend time with Violet. But I decided to spend some time with Violet. She might be prone to teasing, much like her younger sister, but she's also exuberant and charming. Her presence demands attention, but somehow, rather than being annoying, it's fun to be swept up in her antics. There's certainly never a dull moment with her around. Now the only problem is, where to find her? Okay, should I go to the cafeteria first, or maybe outside? Oh, definitely the cafeteria. Okay, Violet, you didn't have to just spawn in front of us. Yes, I didn't say walk in front of us, I say you spawned in front of us. I jump a little at the sudden voice coming from behind me. That way you can accompany me there. Accompany me there. There we go. Violet's arms draped over my shoulder from behind my neck. Violet? Why'd you scare me like that? I scared you? Guess that level in Rogue is really paying off. Anyway, you were in. To what? Me, obviously. But seriously, you coming to the cafeteria? I guess I don't mind. Awesome. And then me and you can get to knowing each other better. Violet links arms with me and begins to pull me in the direction of the cafeteria point as she goes. Let's go! We're not even a day acquainted with each other. 2 days, sorry. And it's almost like we're husband and wife already. Violet and I make our way to the cafeteria, but it becomes quite apparent that we aren't going to get a seat. That's strange. There aren't usually as many people here during this time of the day. Yeah, I know, right? By the way, you can let go of my arm now. What? Don't you like having a cute girl on your arm? I mean, it's not that. It's just embarrassing, that's all. Violet sticks her tongue out playfully at me, but let's go. Okay, so clearly we aren't getting a seat anytime soon. I have, however, come up with an ingenious plan. For now, let's just get food to go. I'm intrigued, so lead on. As we wait in line for the food, I notice a girl staring holes into Violet. Her stare is full of hatred. She sits alone, entirely focused on Violet, and I can't help but watch her, confused. Why does she look so angry? I try to avoid staring too long, worried that I'll draw attention to myself. Something that clearly hasn't crossed this girl's mind. Not that Violet seems to have noticed. It's not immediately obvious, but I realise that the mysterious girl is talking under her breath. What? Is she talking to herself? What is she saying? Creeped out, I look away, praying that the line moves faster. Thankfully, a short while later, Violet and I are paying for our individual meals. Violet begins to lead me towards the exit of the cafeteria. Right then, outside we go. Outside? I guess it's warm enough today. And the sun is out. Well, not for me. It's completely dark where I am. I check behind me as we leave, just to be sure we're alone. Once I see there's no one following, I allow myself to relax. What's with being so tensed up in the first place? I guess it was nothing. I should forget it. We make our way outside and find a spot on the grassy hill that overlooks most of the university. Here looks good to me. It's a nice spot. Are you sure you want to sit on the grass though? Won't your dress get dirty? Do not worry, for my incredible level of foresight means I have the solution. Violet begins to reach into her bag and pulls out a folded blanket. Viola! Okay, two things. Firstly, did you really just say Viola? And secondly, do you really carry around a picnic blanket with you all the time? Firstly, yes I did, and as such the word has been brought back to relevance by my sheer awesomeness. Okay, Violet. And secondly, do you not? I thought I just needed a towel. I guess I'm just not as prepared as you. I like to pretend at cases, but honestly I forgot to take it out one time and then never did. Well, it comes in handy now. Violet begins to spread out a blanket onto the ground. Well then, what? Aren't you going to invite me to sit? I could ask you the same question. It is your blanket after all, Violet. Touchy. She sits down, patting a space on the blanket next to her. Hey, I'll do the inviting for today then. Ah, come join me. That's a rather big blanket. I happily do so. If you don't mind me asking, why do you want to hang out? Well, honestly, I want to get to know you better. I only see you when Jack is around, and that's a little frustrating. Really? Well, I don't mind for it to be that way. It's just coincidence, I guess. Don't worry about it. I best use this time wisely then. Violet is a very cheerful girl. Although now I want to know why you were willing to come with me. I know it's an honor to spend time with me, but other than that... Being seen with you would boost my reputation. I guess that's an okay reason. Wasn't as romantic as I would have liked, but nonetheless. Fine then, we're going to go back and get back to this choice. I just wish I saved beforehand, that's all. I thought hanging out with you would be fun. Hey, what do you mean you only thought that? Oh, sorry, I meant new. That's better. And hey, now you're enjoying a picnic in the fresh air. That's true. I guess it's nice to sit outside for once. Plus, the company isn't too bad either. Violet nudges me with her elbow. See how I could have meant either of us there? Honestly, I thought you meant yourself, but I'm glad to hear you consider me good company. Of course I do. You think I would have invited you if I didn't? Fair point. So is there something you want to talk about? Personal? I'm okay with long stretches of silence where we stare longingly at each other, but I know most people aren't. What about hobbies and interests? That's a good way to get to know one another. We can stare longingly afterwards. Sounds good to me. What do you want to know? Let's save again. Something else. Like, that's just cringy. How'd you look so goddamn fine? You never asked the top question. Do you know who let the dogs out? What the hell? What class are you taking? What are your hobbies? Do you have something you want to do in the future? Something else? How old are you? Do you have any shows you like? How you look so goddamn fine? Back. Do you have something you want to do in the future? If you're talking about a job, I was hoping on becoming a fashion designer. If it means somewhere I'd like to go, then I'd have to say somewhere warm with my significant other. Significant other? Don't worry, there isn't anyone else in my life right now. My hypothetical significant other, if you would. Is there anything else I would like to ask? Yes. What class are you taking? I'm currently taking mostly fashion and design based classes, but otherwise just the normal classes like everyone else would. Is there anything else I'd like to ask her? Absolutely. What are your hobbies? I enjoy lots of things. Too many to recount in one go, so I'll just tell you one for now. I enjoy partying. Mainly because I like being buzzed, but also because it's a good time with my friends. Maybe it's just the spending time with my friends. Maybe that's my hobby. Is there anything else I'd like to ask? Yes. I don't usually ask the top one. That is just so rude. Do you have any shows you like? I watch a lot of crime dramas. Oh, interesting. I mainly like the reveal. That's fair. It is fun to find out how it was done. Is there anything else I'd like to ask? Yes, I would. How'd you look so goddamn fine? A surprisingly strict diet and exercise schedule. Wow, that was a lot more serious than what I was expecting. What can I say? Most people don't realise how hard it is to look this good. Aren't you cheeky? Also, a killer fashion sense. There's the answer I was expecting. Is there anything else I'd like to ask? Something else. I feel like the others are a little blank. Oh, I can't. Okay, I can't do that. What is your favourite animal? Zebra? No, wait, peacock. No, wait, giraffe. I haven't even thought about it. Am I to assume that each of those animals has some sort of significance? Nope. Just what came to mind first. Nope, that's it. I think I've asked enough for now. I spent some time talking about my own interests and answering the questions she has for me. The conversation moves on to places we enjoy going. While I really enjoy going shopping, I get to try on so many new things. Actually, paying for the things I buy isn't as enjoyable, because the enjoyment is when somebody else pays it for you. Also, it's a nice present. Isn't that the truth? Hey, we should go sometime. Yes, and I buy clothes for you, for goodness sakes. Just the two of us? Yeah, absolutely. I think that could be fun. Great, I look forward to it. You can help me pick out a nice outfit. And maybe we can go somewhere to eat after. Dinner too? If I don't know any better, that sounds like a date. It could be. Violet winks at me before her eyes widen in shock. Oh my god, what is that? Violet points towards university. What's what? As I turn to look around at where she is pointing, I see out of the corner of my eye that she's just stole some of my food. I can't believe that worked. Hey! What? Not my fault you fell for it. Violet winks at me with a cheeky grin. You're not wrong, but you forgot one thing. What's that? I lunge forward, reaching for a piece of Violet's meal and snag it up from her unguarded plate. Your food is also unprotected. Damn, you got me. You are a worthy adversary. We both begin to laugh. After we calm down, she checks her phone and lets out a small sigh. Alas, I think it's about time for class. I'll pull my phone from my pocket and check the time. Yeah, I think you're right. This was fun. We should do this again sometime. Absolutely. And by the way, thanks for indulging me. I promise next time we hang out it won't just be because I'm lonely, but honestly because you're super awesome. Thanks, Violet. You're pretty super awesome too. We both begin to get up and collect our things. Violet collects her blanket, folds it up and places it back into her bag. Gives it a good wipe before doing so, actually. We wave goodbye to each other as we split up on the way back indoors. Wait a minute. Did she say she only hung out with me because she was lonely? Who do I want to spend time with? But I thought class was in schedule. Another day. Another hour. I spent time with everyone I wanted to. No. I want to spend time with other people. With everyone. Marissa. I think I've done enough socializing for now. Let's just go off a tangent here and just spend time with two people. I could have done that, but let's progress with the story. I'm glad I was able to spend some time in good company. It's a relief that I've met so many people here that I could call friends. Maybe even with a potential for more. Chapter 3. Unrest. Complete Chapter 2! We could have spent more time with friends, but let's just go with this. I make sure to get everyone's number, so the next time I want to hang out, I can just text them. I continue to spend time with everyone over the weeks. I talk with Tommy and Ellis in the mornings and occasionally during breaks. I talk to Jack and Violet during lunch. And Cassie and Marissa I occasionally see around university grounds, but mostly when I pop into the infirmary to visit. Pairings. It's getting a little hard to balance spending time with them all though, and I'm bound to get busier soon with classwork getting more serious. After classes have concluded for the day, I begin to make my way outside when I get the chilling sensation that someone is watching me. I glance around covetedly, wondering if it's Ellis again, but I can't see anybody. This is creepy. Maybe I should head back inside. Okay, I definitely saw somebody out of the corner of my eye just then. Are they following me? Maybe it's just another student who's not left out yet. but why would they be hiding? Have I lost them? I can't see anyone, but it still feels like someone is there. Am I just on edge? Maybe I shouldn't be alone right now. I bet if I can find some of the others. This decision will decide the route that you are on. Choose carefully. I will head with, well, if you know anything about the choice that I made already within the game, I'm going to be heading towards Jack and Violet. I decided to look for Jack and Violet. Somehow, it feels like even my mysterious stalker would have a tough time against those sisters. They're both formidable in their own way. A quick text to Jack confirms that she's headed to the courtyard, and Violet should be there too. Somewhere on the way, I stopped feeling like I'm being followed. It's not enough for me to calm down yet, but it's a good sign. I meet up with Jack at the double doors that lead outside as we head out together. It's a relief just to be with someone else. Safety in numbers, as they say. Stepping through the set of double doors, Jack looks around, letting go of the doors as she goes. I notice Violet talking with a friend, and it seems that Jack has as well. Alright, 1 second, Flare. Jack quickly bounds up to pair. I stick close behind anyway, and I don't want to be alone right now. Hey, sis. Mom wanted you to what? Hey, Jack, do you mind if we talk later? Me and Ben are talking right now. Wow, haven't got time for your own sister. Wow. Well, I was just going to ask you something quick. Well, let me finish up this conversation. I'll come talk to you. It's fine, Vivi. What do you want to ask her, Jack? Jack looks over at Ben. Oh, wow, nice shirt. I didn't realize you liked that band. What is it, Jack? Oh, sorry. Mom wanted me to ask you if you're coming home for dinner tonight or staying out. I'll probably be staying out. Violet turns back to face Ben, obviously intent on ignoring Jack. Okay, I'll let her know. After a few moments of stilted silence where Jack seems hesitant to leave, Violet turns back to face her. Maybe you should let her know now. Oh, come on, Vivi. She can stay here if she wants to. Violet shoots him a flustered look, which he doesn't seem to notice. Thanks, by the way, Jack. I got it at their last concert. You went to their concert? Man, I'm jealous. I did, and I'm sorry to say, but it was awesome. Shame we couldn't go. Maybe if I'd known you liked them, I would have been able to get you a ticket. Are they what you were always listening to? He gestures towards Jack's headphones. I mean, I noticed you tend to have your headphones on a lot around university, and I can't imagine you're walking around listening to nothing. Sometimes. I actually normally listen to 4 stereotypically hot guys. I don't know if you know them. Violet is obviously peeved off by something. They aren't that well known. Ben visibly perks up with excitement. You're kidding, right? Oh my god, I listen to them all the time. Look, I have them paused on my phone right now. He reaches into his pocket, retrieving his phone, and shows it to Jack. Look! Oh wow. I thought I was the only person who listens to them, but I guess not. Do you like that one track of theirs? I think it was called Generic Love Song. Oh my god, yes, that one is a classic. Ahem. Oh, sorry, Vivi, just 1 second. What other music do you like? Well, I do also like girl group with attitude. They've gone a new direction with their recent songs, which I don't like as much, but they do have this one song. Empowerment song is really good. It's a good mesh between their older and newer stuff. If you like 4 stereotypically hot guys, then you'll definitely find something you like about them. No way, I listen to them too. I think it was when their drummer quit that they just really changed styles. Ahem. I just listen to their original tracks, but if you recommend it, then maybe I'll give that song a listen. Man, I'm so surprised we are such. Ben stops talking rather suddenly, turning to face Violet in a daze. Oh hey Vivi, I don't think I mentioned yet, but I like the new colour of your streaks. Huh? Whoops. Hey, you can't just use your power on him. That's messed up. Jack shakes Ben by the arm, which seems to snap him awake. He looks around for a few minutes. What was I just talking about? Wasn't I just talking to Jack? Don't worry about it. He must have just blacked out for a minute. That's baller, you know it. Sorry guys, I don't really know what's going on here, but I'm just going to leave you two to it. Wow. You usurped using your own powers for that, and now your friend is gone. He walks past Jack and across the grass in a slight haze, looking quite freaked out. Yeah. No! Wait! Don't go! Damn it. Look what you did, Jack. You couldn't just let us talk alone in peace, could you? What I did? You used your power on him, V. You know what Mum said about that. I didn't... What do you mean you didn't mean to? You have control over your own power, Violet. You know I can't control it properly. Sure, that's not a good enough excuse. You can't keep doing this whenever you want, whenever people aren't paying attention to you, and then go crying that it was just an accident. Maybe if you didn't keep coming in and trying to make people ignore me, then I wouldn't do it on accident, would I? Ugh, we've been over this. You know what? I'm not having this argument again. Jack begins to storm off. You know, I'm right. That's why you're the one walking away. No, Violet is the one who's being childish here. Violet turns back on Jack with a hump and sits at a nearby bench. I think they're going to need some outside intervention to sort this issue. Who should I go after? Let's go after Jack. I follow Jack as she storms off. I find her in the corridor about 15 meters from the set of doubles doors. Even from a couple of meters away, I can hear her muffled screaming. Yikes. It's hard to see, but I think she's bundled her hoodie up over her mouth. As I approach, she lets go of her hoodie, allowing it to fall. Why you the way that you are, Violet? Why can't you ever let someone other than you be the center of attention? Hey. Oh, hey. You okay? Mostly. Sorry you had to see that. Don't worry about it. Fights happen. They do, but I'd prefer if they weren't so public. But then again, it wouldn't be Violet if she couldn't be the center of attention for our arguments too, I guess. Want to talk about it? Yes. No. Maybe. It's just... I'll take that as a yes then. I just wish that Violet would stop getting so jealous every time she isn't the center of attention. She would make a great streamer. All I wanted to do was talk to Ben about his t-shirt, but no! Violet can't have that. Violet can't have that somebody else is the center of attention for once. To not be in the spotlight of a play that is our lives. Inconceivable. Sounds like you've got a real axe to grind. It's just the way things are. How it's always been. What upsets me most is that she always thinks it's my fault. I don't mean to take attention away from her, but I'm entitled to my time in the spotlight too. Exactly. I wish she would realise that. I don't think you meant to, but you did linger right next to her when she clearly wanted you to go away. Why should I have to go away just because she wants me to? She doesn't offer me the same courtesy, and even if I was lingering, I wasn't being a pain while I waited. I stood by quietly for them to finish. I wasn't even the one who started the conversation. Ben did. That's true. Maybe she wants to have the conversation in private though. I'm sure there are conversations she would prefer to have in private. Not to say that you're entirely in the wrong here, but I have to say that the conversation with Ben wouldn't have happened if he had left straight away. I get that. I just think she is a hypocrite. The first time we met, she didn't go away when I directly asked her to. You do have a point. Maybe you can explain that to her. But if it annoys you when she does it, don't you think you should avoid doing the same thing? You're right, but it's not like I meant to. I was just excited to talk with someone else that likes that band. I get that. These two don't look entirely the same. Could they be non-biological sisters? Maybe Violet wouldn't have minded so much if she was included in the conversation a little more. Whose side are you even on? Can't I think both of you have valid points? Well, yeah, but... She pouts, but doesn't actually finish her sentence. Besides, I came after you, didn't I? True. Thanks. I'm just frustrated because she can quite literally steal the attention of my friends and not get called out for it. But when someone chooses of their own free will to pay attention to me instead of her, I'm the bad person. Doesn't that seem unfair? Admittedly, Violet's use of her power does seem wrong. I can't argue with you there. Maybe try to explain that to her again, once you've both had time to calm down. And explain how it makes you feel. Maybe. To be honest, I just have a hard time making her actually hear my side. She thinks because she's the big sister she knows best. I can empathize with that, with my bigger brothers. She pauses, embarrassed. Could you maybe come with? I think she's more likely to actually listen if you're there. Oh? Sure. I can try my best. But if I do, I'll also be making sure Violet gets to make her case as well. And who knows? Maybe when you hear her out, you'll understand her better too. Fine. Okay then. Why don't we go find her and try to resolve this? Do you think she will want to listen? You're her little sister. I'm sure she will. To be honest, I have no idea, but I think that's what Jack needs to hear right now. Can't hurt to try. Just give me a minute to prepare myself. Thanks, Blair. Don't faint me yet. Let's wait till we are hanging out later for that. Jack and I make our way outside where we see Violet sat at one of the benches. She is typing something on her phone. Hey Violet. Hey Blair. Sis. V. What are you doing here? Jack would like to talk with you about what just went on, and I'm here to mediate. I still feel a little awkward being here for this conversation between siblings. I'm not sure you're qualified, but okay, I am the adult here. Violet, that was a childish thing you did back there. We are all adults here. But I'm the most adult here, and as such I'm willing to listen. That doesn't seem like an adult thing to say, Violet. Why is it always the oldest sibling that acts the most childish and thinks that they can get away with everything just because they're the oldest sibling? It's just so self-proclaimed. Jack and Violet begin to explain their side of the conflict and why they get so frustrated. It seems to go well enough. I try to mediate where I can, but that might be a skill I need to work on. When all is said and done, the pair look at each other. I'm sorry that I interrupted your conversation, didn't properly allow you to finish it. Thank you, I accept your apology. A few seconds of silence go by where Jack waits longingly for Violet's apology. Violet? Oh fine. I'm sorry that I got so jealous, and... Why did I predict that? And that I used my power just because I felt left out of the conversation. And... There, happy now? That doesn't sound like a sincere apology, Violet. No, because you smell and it's making Flare very uncomfortable. Wait, what? I think you will find that this is the smell of awesomeness. Musk is not an awesome smell. Really? Because if it is, I don't want to ever smell awesomeness. Don't worry, you won't. Both sisters begin to laugh slightly. It seems like they're feeling a bit more cordial. So, Violet, who are you missing just now? Oh, that? Just Mum. I thought I might as well let her know, but I'm probably coming straight home tonight. Right. How's about we hang out with what remains of our free period? I don't know, maybe if V goes washes off the smell of awesomeness first. Sorry, that doesn't come off easily. You'll just have to get used to it. Can't you just say that she's stood on something that she may not have intended to stood on? Come here, I'm going to get it to rub it off on you. Violet jumps up and grabs her sister in a hug. Ah, you! No! Let me go, vile monster! Ah, never! Again, the pair both begin to laugh as we hang out. Life goes on as normal, although I don't ever see Violet with Ben anymore. In fact, I realise that lately I've not seen her with anyone from her class. She seems to be spending a lot more lunch times with myself and Jack these days. Of the two sisters, it's Jack who I see talking with an unfamiliar figure more often. He seems quite a bit older. There are older students at the university, but something strikes me as odd about this. I feel like Violet shares my concerns, judging by the worried look she gives me as we catch yet another conversation that ends as soon as we arrive. Jack says nothing on the matter when we ask, so we let the matter drop. What else can we do? I'm sure it's fine. Jack is an adult and she can spend time with whoever she wants, so why do I feel so uneasy? No point worrying about something that could be nothing. For now, I'll continue to spend time with my friends and help wherever I can, and wonder what that future holds for us. I just hope it's only good things in store. Hey, completed the demo, but there are other routes that we can take in the game, so what we're going to be doing, folks, is we're going to be hanging out with other people in the next time round and then wrap up this demo entirely. So, thank you all so much for watching, guys. This game is linked down in the description below where you can be able to download it for yourselves for absolutely no cost whatsoever. That is the beauty of demos. You can get a glimpse of the game itself and then see if you like the premises or not. But I like the premises of this game. It has a lot of emotional points intertwined into the game, where the powers aren't necessarily the entirety of the game, but they are an added factor that is a contribution towards those psychological weaknesses of the characters. But weaknesses in themselves aren't bad things. It shows a character's most weakest point, where they actually can't have a facade on, because at times you can only act yourself rather than trying to act like something that you are not. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you all in the next and final time of the demo to Balance of Power. Have a lovely day and take care of yourselves.